Finally, Soo Kai opens up about the negative rumors about him via live K-drama Haven Family. There are moments in an actor's life that feel like scenes from a script. Moments of triumph, moments of heartbreak, moments that define not just their careers, but their humanity. But there are also moments far less glamorous, moments that test them, moments when whispers turn into headlines, when shadows grow louder than the light. And for Soo Kai, one of the brightest stars of his generation, those moments arrived in the form of rumors. Hold on tight, K-drama Haven Family, because this journey is only just beginning. The world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. The revelations, the emotions, the moments that will change everything. For months, the internet buzzed with speculation. Some claimed he was difficult on set. Others accused him of arrogance, of secret relationships, of scandals too dark to name. It didn't matter whether the stories were true or false. Once unleashed, they spread like wildfire. Fans were divided. Some defended him passionately. Others questioned the man behind the smile. Every public appearance, every silence, every word he left unspoken only seemed to fuel the fire. But then everything changed. One evening, without warning, Soo Kai appeared live. No glossy magazine filter, no scripted studio interview, no manager whispering from the wings. Just him, unfiltered, raw, real. The live stream began quietly. A simple camera frame. Soo Kai seated in a modest room, dressed not in designer suits but in something ordinary. The contrast was striking. Here was a man known for red carpets and drama sets, stripped down to his truest self. He looked into the camera for a long moment, as though gathering the weight of every word he was about to say. And then he spoke. His voice was steady, but the emotion behind it was unmistakable. He acknowledged the pain. He acknowledged the rumors. He acknowledged the fact that silence had cost him, not just in reputation, but in the trust of fans who wanted nothing more than to hear the truth from him. Then, he began to peel back the layers. With honesty rare in an industry built on illusion, he addressed each rumor, calmly, one by one. The accusations of arrogance. He admitted he was not perfect, that stress, exhaustion, and personal struggles had sometimes made him distant. But arrogance? No. He said he had never forgotten where he came from, never forgotten the people who lifted him to fame. The whispers of scandal? He dismissed them with clarity, explaining not with defensiveness, but with facts. A rumor may be entertaining, he said, but truth is often quiet, and I cannot let entertainment destroy my reality. And then, in the most vulnerable moment of the night, Soo Kai revealed what the rumors had done to him. He spoke of sleepless nights, of the weight on his family, of the silent battles no one could see. There was a pause then, a silence heavy with emotion. He looked away, swallowed hard, and when his gaze returned to the camera, his eyes were glistening. But instead of anger, he chose gratitude. To my fans, he said, his voice breaking, thank you for standing by me when it was easier to walk away. Thank you for believing in the man, not just the actor. Your trust has been my anchor. The comments section exploded. Messages of love, of relief, of unwavering support flooded the live stream. Millions tuned in, and in that single night, Soo Kai transformed the narrative, because this was not just a celebrity defending himself. This was a man reclaiming his voice. This was proof that vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. By the time the live ended, one thing was clear. The rumors had lost their power. The truth had spoken louder. Soo Kai reminded the world that behind the fame, behind the roles, behind the endless speculation, there is a human being, a man who bleeds, who struggles, who endures, and a man who, when given the choice, chose honesty over silence. The weight of rumors. For years, Soo Kai's rise had felt unstoppable, A model turned actor, with broad shoulders, delicate features, and a smile that seemed to melt cameras, he quickly became a household name. From costume epics to modern dramas, he proved himself versatile, magnetic, impossible to ignore. But with fame comes scrutiny, and with scrutiny comes whispers. At first, they were small. Murmurs of arrogance on set, claims that his success had made him cold. Then came stories of supposed relationships, shadowed photographs, misinterpreted glances. The tabloids fanned the flames, stitching together half-truths until they resembled full-blown scandals. It didn't matter if the evidence was weak. It didn't matter if the stories were baseless. In the unforgiving arena of public opinion, rumors don't need to be true to be believed. Suddenly, every move Sukai made was dissected. Every silence became suspicious. Every smile became a mask. And for a man who had built his career on connecting with audiences, this was devastating. Behind the cameras, insiders whispered that Sukai grew quieter, that the once lively actor became withdrawn, burdened by shadows that followed him everywhere. He avoided interviews. He avoided crowds. Even his closest co-stars said they felt a distance, as though he was carrying a weight he refused to share. The breaking point. But the breaking point did not come with another headline. It came in the stillness of his own heart. Sukai had always believed in silence, that dignity meant not lowering himself to respond to gossip, that truth would, eventually, outshine lies. But silence is heavy, and when lies echo louder than truth, silence can feel like surrender. By late 2025, the rumors had reached a fever pitch. Online forums were filled with debates. Was Sukai the man fans believed him to be? Or had the industry been fooled by a perfect smile and clever PR? Sponsors hesitated. Casting directors whispered doubts. His name, once synonymous with brilliance, now carried hesitation. And so, one evening, Sukai made a choice. No glossy interview, no scripted statement, no PR-polished words. He would speak, directly, honestly, to the people who mattered most. The screen lit up. There he was. No designer suit, no stage lighting, just a man in a simple shirt, sitting in a modest room, staring into the camera as though looking into the eyes of millions. The comments poured in immediately. Shock, excitement, relief. Fans typed frantically, hearts racing as they realized what was happening. Sukai was live. He didn't smile at first. He didn't wave. Instead, he let the silence linger. The silence of a man gathering courage. And then, finally he spoke. I know what you've heard. And tonight, I want you to hear me. His voice was steady, but his eyes carried the weight of months of pain. One by one, he addressed the rumors, the claims of arrogance. He admitted he wasn't perfect, that exhaustion and stress had sometimes made him distant. But arrogance? No. He had never forgotten where he came from, never forgotten the fans who built his career brick by brick. The whispers of scandal, he dismissed them with clarity, not anger. A rumor can be entertaining, he said. But entertainment is not the same as truth, and I will not let lies define me. But it was when he spoke of the toll that the rumors had taken, on his family, on his health, on his spirit, that the world truly listened. I stayed silent because I thought silence was strength, but silence became a cage. Tonight, I want you to see me as I am. Not perfect, not flawless, but human, and I hope, still worthy of your trust. For a moment, his voice broke. He looked down, swallowed hard, and when he lifted his gaze again, his eyes shimmered with unshed tears. To my fans, he whispered, thank you. Thank you for standing by me when it was easier to walk away. You are the reason I can endure. The world reacts. Within minutes, the internet erupted. Clips from the live spread faster than wildfire. Hashtags filled every platform. Sukai speaks truth. We believe Sukai. The real Sukai. Fans flooded the comments with messages of love, relief, and gratitude. Even those who had doubted him admitted that his honesty had moved them. The narrative shifted overnight. Industry insiders were stunned. They had expected silence, perhaps a carefully worded statement weeks later. But this, a raw, unfiltered confession, was unheard of. And it worked. By morning, brands were reaffirming their partnerships. Casting rumors reignited. Instead of headlines about scandal, the news was filled with praise. Sukai shows rare vulnerability. Actor wins back fans with honesty. The live that changed everything. The woman who watched. But there was one person whose reaction mattered more than all the rest. Tan Song-yoon. She had been his quiet anchor through the storm. The one who never demanded public statements, never fanned the flames, never sought to defend him with noise. She believed in him when the world doubted. That night, she watched the live, not as an actress, not as a co-star, but as someone who knew the man behind the headlines. And when he finished, when the screen finally went dark, insiders say he called her. His voice was tired, broken, but lighter than it had been in months. "It's over now," he told her. "They know me again." And she, through tears, answered softly, "They never forgot." The rebirth. In the weeks that followed, Sukai seemed reborn. On set, he was lighter, freer, his laughter returning. His co-stars spoke of a man transformed, not by fame, not by success, but by truth. For younger actors, his life became a blueprint, a lesson in courage, a reminder that vulnerability is not weakness, but strength. Even industry veterans privately admitted they wished they had done the same when lies once threatened them. Sukai had not just saved his reputation, he had shifted the culture. And as fans embraced him again, one thing became clear. The rumors had lost their power. The truth had spoken louder. The legacy of that night. K-drama Haven family, years from now. When people remember Sukai, they will recall his dramas, his red carpets, his awards. But they will also remember that night. The night when one man chose honesty over silence. The night when millions saw not the actor, but the man. The night when vulnerability became his greatest strength. Because in the end, rumors could not define him. Only he could. And with that live, he finally did. K-drama Haven family. Sukai's story is not just about clearing a name. It is about courage. It is about truth. And it is about the power of one voice, speaking from the heart, to silence 1,000 lies. This was not just a live stream. It was a turning point. It was history. And it will forever be remembered as the night Sukai rose above the storm and reclaimed his light.